It's about that time of day again. My name is Joseph. It's Wednesday evening, July 19th. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter. We're covering crude oil, S&P, gold, euro, and FDAX tonight. Crude is bullish, but we recently retested a double-up target, so we're watching for either a successful breakout pullback to new highs or a two-legged pullback down in the battle zone tomorrow. The S&P is bullish and trying to reach a major double-up target tomorrow, but after 4 legs higher, we're staying patient for traps and seller failures back below the range. Gold is bullish with a spike in range tonight, telling us to look for buying opportunities with traps and failures back below the range tomorrow. The euro's bearish with a spike in wedge, telling us to focus on a two-legged correction to avoid chasing the move lower tomorrow. And of course, the FDAX is bearish with a big flag pattern tonight, telling us to keep looking for those selling opportunities with an overshoot of that bull channel and a target down to monthly support. Boy, we got a great newsletter in store for you guys and gals tonight. We got some big news in the London session tomorrow morning. We got some big ranges here in this third week of the month of July. Got a great plan here for you guys and gals. Before we jump in though and put this plan together for tomorrow, please don't forget the only place to watch the full-length version of this video is on our blog here at sidewaysmarkets.com. If you're watching the video right now on our YouTube channel, not to worry, there's a link in the description of that YouTube video. Follow that link. Come join me here on the blog at Sideways Markets and watch the whole full-length version. While you're here, don't forget, join the mailing list. I'll send you an email every evening when the nightly newsletter goes live. Follow me on social, lower left-hand corner. You can follow me on StockTwits, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever your favorite flavor of choice. Follow me on social for links, charts, and updates throughout the week. And please don't forget to grab those charts for tomorrow. The feedback you guys tell me every week is you love the fact that you guys can download those charts and have them ready on your computer for tomorrow. So grab those charts below the video on the blog. And make sure you grab your free pass. If you do one thing in addition to watching this video tonight, make sure you grab that free pass. Come out and join me for 90 minutes in the trade room this week as a guest. I guarantee you're going to learn more with me during that time than you will anywhere else on the interwebs. I can guarantee you that. Grab that free pass in the upper right-hand corner. And please don't forget, if you have any questions on the way, I am not a robot. I'm a real human being. I'm here in my office here in Los Angeles. I look forward to answering all your questions. Hit me up on live support on the right-hand side of the website. Boy, it feels great to be a trader right about now. We've had some great action here this week so far on our nightly newsletter, and we got another big day coming right around the corner for tomorrow. Tomorrow, of course, being the 20th day of this 7th month of the year 2017. The big news for tomorrow is going to be the ECB announcement for all you London session traders. If you're watching gold, watching the euro, beware that ECB announcement tomorrow morning at 7:45. Now keep this in mind. This is just like the FOMC announcement we get here in the US, whereas there'll be an announcement at 7:45 and then usually about a half an hour later there'll be a press conference. That press conference will usually go into about 8:45, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So be aware that 7:45 announcement tomorrow will have lingering effects on markets like euro, gold, right, for the big ones tomorrow. So be aware of that if you guys are watching ahead of the U.S. session. That will then take us into the U.S. session tomorrow. We, of course, open up our trade room here at School of Trade headquarters at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and we'll have jobless claims and the old Philly Fed survey tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. to kick off the U.S. morning session. So pretty condensed there, right? 7:45, the ECB announcement. Shortly thereafter, we hear from the Philly Fed. That's going to be your major market moving events here for tomorrow. There's nothing else really to work on. Only thing I would remind you is tomorrow afternoon we may see a little bit of a slowdown as we go into a summertime Friday. Remember, this is not just a normal summertime Friday. This is an OPEX summertime Friday, third Friday of the month. Shouldn't affect markets like gold, euro, or crude oil, but definitely will have an impact on markets like the FDAX and the S&P and all the other Eminis, right? So definitely keep that in mind for tomorrow, right? So watching that afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, end of the day tomorrow, you definitely want to be on your best behavior, watching out for that lower volume environment ahead of that OPEX Friday. We'll talk more about that in tomorrow night's newsletter. Tomorrow morning, though, you be aware you got Draghi on the microphone at 7:45, and then, of course, big news tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Let's crack this thing open here tonight. We got a big session session waiting around the corner here for Thursday morning. Let's do it. We got crude, S&P, gold, euro, and we can't forget about the FDAX tonight. We'll wrap up on the FDAX. Crude is bullish and recently retested the double up resistance target to finish today's session, which tells us the buyers most likely got their target and be looking for either a triple up target up overhead or a deep pullback off these highs to attract more buyers. Now, buyers at this point would love to buy at a cheaper price tomorrow, so the ideal scenario is a two-legged pullback off these highs into that battle zone for a retest of that double up tomorrow. Now, if price has gone high enough and it wants to keep going higher, if price decides to keep pushing higher without the pullback, then we need to be careful chasing that move higher, staying patient to wait for a successful breakout pullback to quote-unquote buy the dip on the way up to that triple up target overhead. You know, looking at this chart here tonight, I think it's pretty simple here. We have a bull channel. And of course, anytime we have a bull channel, little bit of an undershoot there into an overshoot on the opposite side. I don't think that's going to be too important though for tomorrow. Anytime we have a bull channel, we always know to look left, look for those prior swings, and buy that dip, right? Buy that dip. So the bull channel definitely tells us we're looking down in that battle zone between 47.02 and 46.80. At the same time here, we can also see some higher highs, and those higher highs could easily create what I call a hidden channel, right? Could easily create what I call a hidden channel here, and that hidden channel may end up becoming, right, a part of that battle zone tomorrow. Hidden channels, of course, are not proven channels, so you always want to make sure you see a little bit more confirmation. Don't just blindly buy off that hidden channel, right? Don't just blindly buy off it. So bull channel tells us nice deep pullback, right? Buy the dip back up to retest the high. Higher highs here tell us look for that hidden channel, right? We'll look for that to come into play tomorrow. I think really the biggest clue here right now is the double up. Now, double ups are just like measured moves. They're major market objectives, right? So first two swings of that session up that double up. As you can tell, the double up was definitely on the radar for those buyers today, right? You can definitely see they took their profit. And of course, like a lot of nice bull markets, right? They take their profit, come off that high, and right back up to retest. So what this tells me is that buyers are fat and happy right now. They got their double up target first, they bought the pullback, and then went back to retest the high. Now, whenever we see a market run up, pull back, and retest, you'll notice we didn't keep going, right? The market didn't keep running, right? If it did, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. As you can see, we go up, pull back, back up, and you know, almost think of this now as almost a double top up here. Now, whenever we have a scenario where we go up, pull back, and double top, we now start looking at this as a trading range, right? So deep, deep dip, right? And then look to buy the lows of that trading range. So definitely watching here tomorrow. Again, all signs now point to buy that dip, right? All signs point to nice deep pullback, right? And be a buyer off of this. Now, what if the price doesn't pull back? If it doesn't pull back, then we want to start thinking in terms of the objective of the double up. I want to see what I call a successful breakout pullback. Strong move up, and then don't buy the first pullback, buy that trap low, right? That'll be critical as we try to go higher here for tomorrow. So again, buyers here in control. We want to buy that dip, right, down in the battle zone. Couple different ways this could set up here for tomorrow, right? It could be as simple as a trap low and back up below a prior swing. A little more reliable always will be the failure into the pullback. It's always a little bit more reliable. Failure, right, into that pullback. Seller failure into pullback on the way up to retest the high. Or perhaps we see a little bit more of a deep, deep dip, right? Draw that trend line coming down. This may turn into a resistance trend line. We can use that trend line, right, on the opposite side as an area of support. Hey, maybe we can get a chance, right, to include that in with that rising support trend line. The bottom line is we want to buy low. We want to buy low. We don't really know how far it will go. It may go down to that little swing and back up, right? It may really dip down, right, into that range low, right, and buy up from there. So the bottom line is we do want to be a buyer here. We just want to buy as low as possible. The hard part is going to be if the price tries to grind higher, right? Grind higher, grind higher. A lot of times we see a market that just won't come off the highs. What you need to see is tomorrow strong move move up. Real strong push higher. That will give us confirmation these buyers are hungry for more. And we'll also get that moving average up above that measured move or that double up. And then again, I always look for what I call a successful breakout pullback or a fake out breakout pullback, and that is looking for the breakout pullback, but not looking for that one, looking for a trap low here, right? A little trap low, right, to keep going higher from there. So strong break higher, that strong break higher will blow out this trend line, obviously, right? And then, of course, we can use that on the deep pullback. How do we turn? Again, buyers here looking for that triple up, right? Buyers looking for that triple up target. Buyers would love to dip, right, and then back up to retest the high, then from there, right, up to that triple up target for there. How do we turn bearish here tomorrow? Two things: strength. Second thing, hold the pullback, right? Hold the pullback. Strength, and then hold the pullback, right? Strength and hold the pullback. I don't care what direction I trade in. All I care about is finding reliable, right, trend following patterns. So as long as we can get a new lower low and then hold that pullback through that low, I'll gladly be a seller tomorrow. The objective for the bears, be back down to retest that low at 46.32 for tomorrow. But as of right now, wait patiently here to buy that pullback. Again, nice deep dip and then back up to retest the high. Watch the battle zone. That will definitely be where we're looking for, right, the most reliable entry triggers tomorrow. Let's keep going here. Boy, what a move on the S&P today. S&P is bullish with a strong bull run to new all-time highs today. Nothing new there. Now telling us to look for a two-legged pullback off the high for buying opportunities at support levels waiting below tomorrow. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this minor quadruple target at 70.75 and the major double up target at 74.75. This is very similar to what we just talked about on crude oil, right? We got a major objective and then a potential secondary objective up overhead. Now, we always expect to see a deep pullback after a market moves four legs higher, but this market was what I would call stubbornly bullish today. So we may extend this move to that double up waiting overhead. The key will be strength continuing through this resistance area in tomorrow's session. This is very similar to what we just talked about on crude oil. Strong move up into an anticipated symmetrical extension that's four legs higher, and as you've seen a lot over the last few months on this newsletter, you know, four legs are not a guarantee to be a major resistance level, but it usually is a very solid area of resistance. So anytime we reach a market objective, what do we always look for? Two-legged pullback and then a retest of that high. That could be a double up, triple up, quadruple up. It could be a measured move. It doesn't matter what the objective is. Anytime we reach a major objective, in this case, it's a quadruple up measured move, we now expect to see that two-legged pullback to buy that dip and then return right back up to retest the high. If you go quickly back to crude oil, you can see what happened, right? Up, pull back, and go. Right now on the S&P, we're right there. Right? We're now looking for that dip and then return back up to retest the high. See, crude oil already got that dip and went back to retest the high. That's what we're waiting. We're waiting to see, does it want to go down again or does it want to keep going right up higher here, right? So the S&P isn't as far along in the cycle, as we say here at School of Trade, looking for that price to deep right dive, then again, back up to retest that high again. It's either that or we go through this high, look for rotation, and then finish off that double up target tomorrow. As you can see here, again, a stubbornly bullish market here on the S&P 500. You can definitely tell here there is something in the water here, right? Very shallow pullbacks all day and very low volume too. That was one thing that really stood out all morning here on the S&P. We haven't seen volume this low in the month of July since 2005. So very low volume as the market kind of flutters higher here. So quadruple up, right? That's the major resistance. I'd like to see this market nice deep dip dive lower, failure into pullbacks back up. I'd love to see a failure into a pullback back up. That would be ideal. Another scenario here would be a possible two-legged pullback up and back down, right? Use that trend line. Heck, it might be as simple as a trap low back up to retest the high, and that could turn into a trading range tomorrow. If that turns into a range tomorrow, you keep focused on traps, right? And that two-legged pullback below the range, right? So if it continues to be real stubborn and it won't give you a good pullback, that's fine. Just don't buy into the high. Just make sure you buy off that high, right? And don't forget, I get a lot of questions every day here on this YouTube channel. How do I learn more about the strategies we trade here in our trade room? Join the free trial. I think we have the best free trial in the business. You're going to learn more with me on that free trial than anywhere else on the interwebs. I can guarantee you that. Grab that free trial on the homepage at schooloftrade.com. If you're watching this video right now on our YouTube channel, not to worry. There's a link in the description of the video. Follow that link over here to the website at schooloftrade.com. Join the free trial. Join me in the trade room as a guest. And don't forget, I got a place for everyone here, whether you're brand new or you're a seasoned veteran still trying to put the pieces together to become consistently profitable. I have a very, very effective trading strategy I would love to teach you guys. I call it the price action strategy. And of course, we will see you guys beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes. Don't forget, I'm always here. I'm not a robot. I know most websites these days are fully automated, right? But I believe in providing a high level of service to all of my clients, right? So give me a call, use live support, right? Shoot me an email, whatever you have, right? Whatever your choice of communication is, I look forward to giving you the same level of service that I have for many years to all my clients here at School of Trade. Guys and gals, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time in the trade room. If not, tomorrow night, we'll do it all again. Be well out there. Be nice to each other, will ya? And be here next time. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.